What is up, guys? So I wanted to go a little bit more into the subject of meditation. Like I said in my last video, that I would talk a little bit more in depth about it. I am not your master of meditation. I am in the beginning stages. I have not mastered it yet. Sometimes when I meditate, I haven't achieved fully to go into the meditative state every time I meditate. Sometimes I meditate and I don't get into that zone, into the meditative state. Sometimes I do. So far I've had one experience, one time that I've gone into like deep meditation. So I'll tell you a little bit more about that. But let's start off with, what is meditation? So meditation is a practice, right? To achieve controlled breathing and to achieve a clear mind and an emotionally calm state. And it's a technique that has many benefits. And but that is the goal of meditation, to achieve controlled breathing and to achieve for you to have a clear mind and an emotionally calm state, to be still, right? So I wrote down some of the benefits that it has. I mean, I'm not going to mention all of them. There's so many benefits to meditation, but I wrote down some of them so I wouldn't forget, so I can mention like a couple of them. So let me see what I wrote down. The benefits, some of the benefits of meditation, right? It reduces worry, it reduces fear, it reduces stress, it reduces anxiety, it promotes emotional and mental health, it enhances self-awareness and lengthens attention span, it may reduce age-related memory loss, and the list goes on, right? So how do you meditate? I recommend meditating for at least 15 minutes. You can always put a timer or you can not put a timer. But I think that to really have the time to get into the meditative state, if you really want to go there, which trust me, you want to go there, you need at least 15 minutes, right? And the best time is to do this in the morning after you wake up. Maybe before you do anything else. I mean, after you brush your teeth, obviously, if you want to have coffee first or whatever, but just 10-15 minutes to just sit there and meditate and try to get into that meditative state. So I think at least 15 minutes is important, 10 if you really can't, but 15 minutes is essential. And you can obviously do this anywhere. If you want to sit down, if you want to lay down, if you want to do it while you're laying in bed and close your eyes, if you want to sit down, if you want to stand. Some people like to do yoga poses, like to be in a yoga pose and meditate. But that's pretty like for more people that are advanced and can, even though they're in a yoga pose, they can totally zone out and get into the meditative state. Right now, I sit down and I put my hands with my palms up on my legs and I cross my legs and I sit down that way. So I'll show you like a little clip of, how, or, when I meditate, like the position that I'm in when I meditate. And obviously you have to be free of distractions. It has to be quiet, completely quiet, because you have to be free of distractions. Or you can always put some earbuds on. Make sure you're obviously going to have your eyes closed. You can put some earbuds on and you can go to YouTube on your phone or your laptop, whatever. You can go to YouTube and search meditation music. And there is so much free meditation music to choose from. It's crazy. There's even like certain hertz, which is like gets you in the zone like even easier, supposedly. Different hertz. I don't know if it's 54.5 hertz or something. There's different ones, but yeah, free meditation music. Put your earbuds on, close your eyes, and just be still. Clear your mind and just sit still. So that is how you meditate. Now let me tell you my experience. The one time that I went into deep meditation, I was sitting outside. I had my legs crossed. I had my hands on my legs palmed up, obviously, like, you know, when you put your hands like that. I'm going to show you a clip anyway. Let me tell you about the experience first. So, I close my eyes and I try to empty out my mind. And the way I try to do that, the technique I use to help me do that is like seeing the things that I'm thinking in my head, like visualizing. I close my eyes and I visualize the thoughts that I'm having, like whatever I'm thinking about at that moment, and I see it exiting, like leaving my mind. And that's kind of my technique of clearing my mind and just trying to have a clear mind, like an empty mind, and get in the zone that way. And I try to just see empty, like an empty room, an empty brain, and then just keep breathing. So the technique for breathing, I found what works for me, but usually what they recommend is what I've been doing, which is you breathe in 3 breaths, and then you breathe out 4 breaths. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you do that. And you keep doing that. 3 breaths in slowly and 4 breaths out slowly. And you keep doing that, and eventually you're not even gonna have to count. At first you're gonna be counting, but eventually you're not even gonna have to count. You're just gonna be doing it automatically, and that's when you go to the final stages of clearing your mind, because you're not thinking about counting, right? So I heard a voice. Like, I was meditating and I'm like thinking in my head, like, am I doing this right? Like, how do I get in the zone? How do I empty my mind the best? Like, I'm thinking about techniques, whatever, and I'm really like doing what I'm telling you. And I just kept doing it, and I just waited. I just gave it time, and I just kept breathing and breathing and breathing and breathing. And then I hear a voice saying, just be still. I don't know if it's God. Like, I swear God told me, just be still. And so this whole time I'm there, and I feel so peaceful. I feel so much stress leave my body, anxiety, worry, fear, everything. Like, I just feel so light. I felt so light, as in like weight. And when I came, so I was like that for about 10 minutes, because it took me 5 minutes to get into the zone. And when I came back, my head was like completely up, and I started here, and my head was like completely up. Some people's, when you get in the zone, some people's heads like fall down and some people's heads go up. Mine was like completely up, and it was so weird because I never felt my head go up. I just felt my weight lifted, like if I came out of my body, like if I lifted out of my body. I never felt my head go up. I didn't feel like my head was in that position at all. And when I came back and I put my head back down, like, that was so crazy to me, because I never felt my head go back or, look up. And not only that, but like, once I came back, I felt so heavy. Once I came back, it was like I was lifted out, and I was like the weight of a feather. Like, it's so hard to explain the experience until you go through it yourself. Like, you're gonna know what I'm talking about. And when I came back, I felt so heavy, like my body was heavy again. And I noticed the difference. And when I tried to get up, when I got up, like, I felt a little dizzy even. And I knew at that point I went into deep meditation. Like, I achieved it. Like, I totally did it. Like, the whole time I'm thinking, am I doing this right? And I was zoned out, and I didn't even know I was zoned out. I didn't even know I was in deep meditation. So it was just crazy. And I had the best day ever that day. So that was my experience, and I wanted to share that with you guys because it's just totally crazy to me. But remember, meditation can eliminate any and all factors that are preventing us from being happy. And they say that meditation is essential to feel well and happy in your life. So I'm telling you, try this meditation out, and you won't regret it. I'm trying to do it more often. I want to do it every day. You should do it every day, because that's going to give you the best results, obviously. But you know, I try to do it whenever I can, but definitely in trying to do it more. It's just like, if I don't get it done at the beginning of that day, it's kind of hard to do it later, because then I gotta like be calm. I gotta calm myself down, and I already started my day. And that's why I'm saying do it at the beginning of your day, like before you do anything. Brush your teeth, go meditate for 15 minutes before your brain starts working and thinking all these things you gotta get done. And you exercise, and now you're like hyped up and energy, and because you gotta be still and you gotta be calm. So that's why I'm saying do it first thing. So we'll see you guys in the next one.